Once upon a time, there was a center where we learned to live a life that's true. Remember how we laughed away the hours and thought of all the great things we could do. These are the days, my friend, I know they'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We'll live the life we choose. We'll give and never lose. As we believe is how we shall receive. Short. La 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 la. When the busy world goes rushing by us and we misplace our spirit on the way, next time that I see you at the center, we'll smile at one another and we'll say, these are the days, my friend, I know they'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We'll live the life we choose. We'll give and never lose. As we believe is how we shall receive. La 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 la. And just today I stood before the center. Everything's the way that it should be. In the glass I see my own reflection. Is that grateful person really me? These are the days, my friend, I know they'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We'll live the life we choose. We'll give and never lose. As we believe is how we shall receive. La 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 la. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face and heard you call my name. Jackie, there better be more people next week doing that with you. Oh, my friend, we're older and we're wiser, yet in our hearts the dream is still the same. These are the days, my friend, I know they'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We'll live and if we choose, we'll give and never lose. As we believe is how we shall receive. La 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 la. La 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 la. Woo! Next week, we're going to do all those la 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 la's because it'll be the last Sunday of our pledge campaign. What? Oh my goodness. All right. Who's doing our announcements today? Is that Miss Marianne? Hey.
Okay, so hold up. I'm looking for what I'm always looking for. Okay, good morning. Good morning. This is a very small group to make as much noise as you all do. It's inspiring. Marianne, my name is Marianne. On behalf of Reverend Donna Maurer and the Board of Trustees, I am privileged to welcome you to the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path, You're truly, truly welcome here. Here you will be validated, supported, and encouraged to be all that you are meant to be. Our vision statement is love in action, every day in every way. We express this love by learning and living the principles of the science of mind. You'll find our declaration of principles in the back of your program. And if you would join me now in reading them, please. I believe there is an infinite intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe this intelligent power is only good. I believe this intelligence expresses as me. I believe through my conscious use of this power, I create my life as happy, healthy, and complete. And so it is. I love that anchor. If this is your first time here, we especially welcome you and thank you for your curiosity and your interest. Do we have any new people here today? Familiar faces then. What? Yes? Well, hi there.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. I would like to thank those of you who are assisting to make this morning possible. You all know who you are, and we all know who you are. So thank you very, very much. It makes it extra special. Okay, please direct your attention to the bulletin. If you're watching us online, go to cslaz.org for our announcements and events calendar. Now, take a moment and turn off those cell phones. If there are any cell phone people out there that are not silenced, we're going to know it in a minute. All right, now, I have two hats today that I'm wearing. Just a moment. Got through one of them. Now, this is the third Sunday of our 4-week pledge campaign. So they've asked me to be the master of ceremonies, no gender bias intended, because I know how to bring the fun into fundraisers. Get ready for this. The script people did a great job. All right, prior to being the MC, I had a number of jobs. I tried being a pastry chef, but let's see if you can get this ahead of time. It didn't pay enough dough. I once moonlighted as a nun, but they didn't like my alter ego or my bad habits. I worked as a lumberjack, but I couldn't hack it, so they gave me an axe. I know, right? I played a role as queen, but I didn't have any crowning achievements, not one. I was a songwriter, but I didn't produce anything noteworthy. I tried my luck as a commercial fisherman, but couldn't live off my net income. I know. Where do they get this stuff? I worked as an accountant, but found the job too taxing. I'm hoping to have better luck as the MC and persuade you to increase your pledge, or just pledge your pledge. And speaking of that, have you ever noticed in the science of mind there are multiple meanings for different words, like MC? The folks who wrote this script for me clearly meant master or mistress or person of ceremonies. However, this being science of mind, what it actually means is manifest cash. We're counting on you. Is now when I introduce somebody special? What do I, no. Okay, all right. It's a secret. I'll see you in a while. Now.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, those were the days. We want to take another look back and reminisce on another year of our pledge campaign, where Bruce, Don, and Ed were South Pacific.
We get 1,000 years from everyone we meet. Anniversary foods and desserts and a lot of things to eat. Donna gives us all a message that really likes to explain. What ain't we got? What we ain't got plain. Well, there's nothing quite like plain. Nothing in the world. It can put us all to shame, 'cause there's nothing as bad as plain. We got people here who love us, that feel like family. We have lots of fun and laughter and a little chivalry. What ain't we got? What we ain't got plain.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Submitted for your approval, tonight's tale called To Pledge, Perchance to Dream. The subject of our story, John Maurer, a thinker, a doer, a dreamer, a pledger. John is a man's man. Who you have just witnessed is John, the mild-mannered spouse of the minister, as he sits faithfully in the front row at the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. John enjoys his wife's message as he does on any given Sunday. But on this Sunday, John has taken on a detour into dimensions of sight, a dimension of the science of mind.
I understand it was a nice church.
Yeah, but they didn't get the financial support it needed to keep its doors open.
That's a shame.
And I just want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment to this year's pledge campaign. I want to let you know that we not only reached our goal, but we exceeded it.
I had the craziest dream.
We are grateful for your 2022 pledge. May our center grow and prosper, so we never enter the twilight zone. Channel Bra. Submitted for your approval.
More the perfect outfit for that, Donna.
Yeah, really. Perfect.
Well, I actually wore it because I thought we were going to be outdoors. I thought I was going to be outdoors in this warm.
Pretty sparkly.
Tonight's tale called To Pledge to Jance. To Jance. Yes, we're going to Jance now. Okay, take.
Boy, the outtakes are going to be great.
Okay, here we go.
But don't wake up until I say action.
Okay.
Submitted.
Okay, we're going to do it one more time.
I'll get it right after this.
Who have you just witnessed?
That's a shame. She didn't say action.
You're good at it. Outtakes. Okay, be looking at them. Action.
In the front row at the Sonoran Denter for Dent Up Dap Dap.
The Sonoran dentist.
Yeah.
Great. Freeze right there. Is that all the dialogue?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So,
Who you have just witnessed, John, the mild. Wait a minute. What?
and Lynn, cry right into the camera.
That's a shame.
Okay, and now can we get quiet and let Lynn say her line again? On its own?
I'm Jansen. No, down, Heather.
That's a shame.
Okay. All right, and let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Sleep first.
Here we go.
Donna, she's shooting. Go that way. Thank you.
I'm a bop bop dap dap. I'm a dup doop doop dap. Okay, too good.
Skibbity bop. Oh, now you're in the shot. Come this way.
Over this way.
Come this way.
Of sight and sound of the science of mind.
Yeah.
Messed up my thing. How can you do that? I've been waiting for this moment.
Many hands make light of the work, and so I want to say thank you to Don and Lynn, and thank you so much to Gray doing those controls back there. Yay. Okay, and I just want to invite you to center so that we can enjoy and appreciate the messages today on this beautiful service. And I want to invite John to ring the bells that signal the start of our service today. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning. My name is Louise. I'm your practitioner today. But before we get into the invocation and the starting of the service, I wanted to announce that the practitioners are doing a practitioner project. It's called Meaningful Connections. It's a gathering of beings, you and I, exploring the language of human experience to be happier, to be healthier, to be more connected, to be more balanced. It is going to be facilitated by all of the practitioners, and it's based on the book Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. So all of the practitioners have started to read this, and if you know Brené Brown, you know that her material is just amazing. And so we're really excited to offer this class. There's going to be 4 modules. The first module starts on Friday, March 18th, goes through April 8th. It'll be here at the center from 10 until noon. I really urge you to sign up for the class, where we are just so excited to be presenting this, and the material is just incredible. So, and there is a quote here: if we want to find the way back to ourselves and one another, we need language and the grounded confidence to both tell our stories and be stewards of the stories that we hear. This is the framework for meaningful connection. So, oh, the places you'll go when you join this class. So I'm going to light this candle, just knowing that we are each a light out into the world, and we carry that light wherever we go. And so if you just center yourselves now. I stand in the recognition of the one power, presence, and life. I call it God and acknowledge that it is at the very center of all that there is. Recognizing that it is everywhere present at all times, I accept that it is present right where I am. Knowing this truth for myself, I know it for and about all of us here and now. Right where we are, God is. It is from this awareness that I speak this word, peace, in heart. No matter what seems to be going on in life, peace is the order of this word. I speak peace, I give peace, I receive peace, I live peace. This is not a peace that comes from outside of us. This is a peace that comes from deep within the knowing that God is the foundation upon which our lives stand. And I know today that in each of our hearts, we recognize that there is peace in the world. I recognize this service is unfolding as it is meant to be. And I know that there are blessings for all of us here, for all of us who cannot be here today. And I know, especially for Reverend Donna, there is peace, wisdom, as she teaches and inspires us. And oh yeah, there's going to be a much more much more moolah speaking today. And so it is. All right, so I'm actually just doing a meditation from the Science of Mind textbook. I accept the fullness of my own divine well-being. Within myself is that which is perfect, that which is complete, that which is divine, that which was never born and cannot die, that which lives, which is God, the eternal reality. Within myself is peace, poise, power, wholeness, and happiness. All the power that there is, and all the presence that there is, and all the life that there is God, the living Spirit Almighty. And this divine and living Spirit is within me. It is wholeness. It is never weary. It is never tired. It is life. It is complete peace. It is never afraid. It is never confused. It is always poised and peaceful. It is always in a state of perfect equilibrium. This is the truth about myself. There is no other self. Every image of fear is erased from my mind. Every sense of confusion leaves my thought. My mind now entertains and reflects the divine into everything which I do, say, and think, into my body, into my affairs. That divine within me is wholeness, and my mind reflects this wholeness into every organ, every function, every action, every reaction of my physical being, renewing it after the perfect pattern, the Christ within me. Universal substance reflects itself into my mind, into daily supply, so that everything I need each day is supplied. Before the need is the thing, and with the apparent need, it is met. There is something within me which goes before me and prepares the way wherever I go, making straight the way, making perfect the way, making immediate and instant and permanent and harmonious every situation. Consequently, my mind reflects the fullness of that divine substance which heals every sense of lack in my life. Peace, poise, power, perfection, living Spirit within me is me, myself. I accept the fullness of my own divine well-being. Namaste. Oh, and I forgot to say, as a practitioners, we are the praying arm of the church, so be sure to put in your prayer requests and demonstrations if you have them. Thank you.
Sometimes they're really big tests. And one of my dear friends, Jana Stanfield, wrote a song about going through those brave moments. I've been leaning on it a lot this month. And I hope you do too.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail. How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? And you know there are. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, or the voice of courage whisper in my ear, maybe this is what I'd hear. I am brave enough to move ahead, where true believers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step will I take today? I am brave. What will I do 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 today? I am brave.
Good morning. We have a wonderful surprise this morning. Professor Muchmore Mullah, on his world speaking tour, has chosen to spend this morning with us. He is an expert in the law of divine circulation And so he's going to present some valuable tips on how we can use this law to experience greater abundance in our own life, as well as how we can maintain a flourishing center. So without further ado, straight from the country of Ecuador, may I present Professor Muchmore Mullah.
Ah, a standing ovation and a check. Guten Morgen. I am Professor Muchmore Mullah, and I have been invited to speak here in the Amado Center for Spiritual Living about my area of expertise, the divine law of circulation. Okay, that's enough of the German accent. I can't do that for the whole thing. How many of you have circulation going on in your lives? Well, if you don't, you wouldn't be sitting here. But only because your blood circulation keeps your body going. And we know what happens when that circulation stops. So do we. So it really is just a small example of the divine law of circulation, about how you can get more of the things that you want. So do you want more love, prosperity, harmony, freedom? Well, hold on to your seats. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The divine law of circulation is very simple and very complex. The law says that you must give in order to receive. Sounds simple, yes? Well, what does this really mean? So I thought of a story, and I was talking to a lovely woman. She grew up in an affluent family in Veracruz, Mexico. When I first met her, she was a chemist for a major cosmetic label in New York City. And she told me this story. She said one day when she was about 13 or 14 years old, her father sat her down and said, "Alicia, would you like to get married?" Her name was Alicia. "Yes, Father," she said. "Well, what kind of man would you like to marry?" "Oh, Father," she said, "I would like him to be smart, and I'd like him to be handsome, and I'd like him to be kind, and he should want to have children." And she went on and elaborating on what she just wanted in a husband. And her father said, "Well, that's wonderful, Alicia. What are you going to do to yourself to be worthy of such a man?" It's kind of often the question that none of us answer. But this is the divine law of circulation in action. You have to do something in order to receive something. It's pretty simple. So, do you want more harmony in your life? Be more harmonious. Realize that being right may not be as important as the relationship. Do you want more love in your life? The answer is be more loving. Are you lonely? Volunteer to help others. Green Valley, in fact, the whole world is a hotbed with a need for volunteers. And you meet other folks who may be feeling lonely and want to meet other people and want to serve other people. So the divine law of circulation is really based on three basic concepts. So do you remember the 3 C's? We talked about this, 10 or 12 years ago. Okay, so now is the time when you pull out your pencil and paper to take notes. So the 3 C's are consciousness, that's CONSCIOUSNESS, commitment, and consistency. So consciousness, commitment, and consistency. Do you have the consciousness to know that God is the source of all your good? The universe is in a conspiracy for your benefit. For the most part, we just have to get out of the way of our greater good. One way to demonstrate your consciousness is to make a pledge and give back to the source of your prosperity. Did you know that the word prosperity comes from, I think Latin, maybe Greek, but it means to go forward in joy. To go forward in joy. That's to be prosperous. I think that's just a wonderful image. Traditionally, a gift to your source was a tithe. Don't get scared. So 10% of your income is given back to the source of your supply. Is 10% a magic number that will solve all of your financial woes? No, it is not a magic number, but it is a goal to work towards, and it does have a long history in humankind. Commitment. Okay, how many of us made a resolution to lose weight this year? Or to exercise more? Or whatever? How many have stuck with it? You know, if you stuck with it, go ahead and raise your hand. Then yay, I'm seeing 2 or 3 hands over here. There's another one, yay. Commitment can be hard. You commit to something and then you lose interest, or life gets in the way, or suddenly getting up an hour early just doesn't sound quite so much fun. So if you're going to try to hit that gym or join that aerobics class or whatever it is. But commitment is what we have to do in order to accomplish long-term what we want. You have to stay the course. In the case of our center, our board needs to know what the pledges are and that they will be fulfilled so that they can budget correctly. If suddenly lots of people pledge money and then don't follow through with it, then the board's in a tough place. And I've seen this board in a tough place, but not for a lot of years. The law of circulation says that you are constantly emptying and then refilling. And you can't refill if it's not empty. So it's a constant flow. Your commitment means that all is flowing as it should be. So consistency is the last C, and it's kind of tied with commitment. If you're not consistent in your giving, if you are not making room for more good, then it doesn't come to you, and then it doesn't come to our center. Our board, our minister, our staff cannot fulfill the needs and desires of the congregation. The system breaks down. We depend on each other to make this all work. And your consistency in giving means that this incredible little center can continue to exist, and not only exist, but to thrive. So your 3 C's are consciousness, commitment, yay, class. Okay, I saw a couple of you cringe when I mentioned tithing. So here's your challenge. Pledge whatever amount you are comfortable with. You know, if it's 1 or 2% of your income, we're grateful for that. If it's 10%, yay. But if the number of 10% makes you nervous, well, the first thing you should do is ask yourself why. Is there a belief in lack that you may want to heal, to increase that flow, to increase your prosperity? So if you're not quite to that 10% yet, we suggest that you start contributing to the prosperity pig over there. So if someone took you out to lunch for your birthday, give 10% of that amount to prosperity pig. I need to drop in a bill on my way out. If you got a $100 bonus at work, give 10% to the pig. So I don't know, what are we calling prosperity pig now? Flow, okay, flow. Flow's had a couple of name changes through the years, but I think flow is a good name because it's all about the divine flow and this divine law of circulation. So I would like to thank those of you who have pledged. I'd like to thank those of you who have suddenly had a spiritual awakening and now are increasing your pledge. And I thank you to all of you who are taking a leap of faith by pledging it all. We are all grateful to you. So I also thank you for letting me speak on the divine law of circulation. We say in this belief, in this teaching, that what you pay attention to, you will get more of. That what you pay attention to, you will get more of. It's kind of like that law of attraction thing. So if you're paying attention to your lack, surprise, you're going to get more of it. If you pay attention to prosperity, to going forward in joy, to know that your needs and more are met, it all comes from the one source of God, then wow, you really are on the pathway. So the title of this talk was Where Attention Goes, Energy Flows. And we could also say where attention goes, prosperity and love and harmony and freedom. I read one time that freedom is one thing you can't have unless you're willing to give it to others. Again, it's that divine flow of emptying and refilling and emptying and refilling. So I thank you all. It's been a pleasure. Namaste.
Because I just also want to say that Professor Muchmore Mullah, aka our practitioner Ruth Bennett, she was the one who really began our our fun pledge campaigns. And so we've since 2011, I think it was when we had the first one. It's gotten to be a lot of fun and so much creativity, and it's a way that we can give with grace and with joy and knowing that it all comes back to us. But I just wanted to acknowledge Ruth as being instrumental in the beginning, and of course Don and Lynn as they've continued it these years. So we are very, very blessed to have these people. And she just started a study center in Ecuador, so we are international.
Well, thank you, and I'm sure that there are people around to hand out pledge cards if you've not yet filled yours out, or if you'd like to make it per week instead of per month. Yeah, I think my mustache is about to go. I don't.
I think you deserve to turn your tassel around, too. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw this week's theme, the first thing in my head was, we know when intention goes, my prosperity goes. You like the Rosemary song, you know? Okay. All right. In the Name of Love. This is a fantastic song written by Jamie Lula and Gary Lynn Floyd, and together they are Floyd Lula. And if you would like to stand, you can. Ooh, that's loud. In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us, decorate this place as it is below. So it is above. May we always stand in the name of love.
Thank you so much. One of the things that I didn't say is Dee is here with Ruth. So we've seen Ruth a couple of times, but this is the first time that Dee's been here in quite a while. So welcome, both of you. Thank you so much for being here and for being our speaker today. It is time for our offering, and so I would ask that you join me in our offering affirmation. My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Again, thank you so very much for your generosity that allows us to be a beneficial presence in this community and allows us to be here. No twilight zone for us. So let's close this portion out in prayer, and then please join us for refreshments. And then come, if you're coming to the orientation. How many people want to stay for the orientation? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody? 4? Okay. 5? Okay. Then just come to the front and we'll put the chairs in a circle or something and get that done afterwards. So, okay, cool. Let's just, we have a lot of fun here. But it's also a sacred place here. So as we come together in prayer to conclude this portion of our service, we transition a bit from fun to sacred, knowing they're all one, really. And I want to speak my word for the Ukrainian people and for the Russian people who are caught up in this thing. And to know that no matter the appearance, God is peace, and peace prevails. I speak my word for every other area of every other country that might be experiencing this same kind of chaos. And just know that there is a greater truth than what appears to be apparent. And so we move into that space where we see the sacredness in every heart, in every soul. And we bring that forward, knowing that our word has power because it is the word of God through us. And so I simply release these words into that law of mind, knowing that it does its perfect work as together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. May we stand and sing stand.